In the last lesson, we gave a epsilon a particular value. We said it was 0.1. This time we're going to just make it a general, and epsilon is, we're not going to assign it any values. But what we're going to do here is we're going to prove that the limit of 2x minus 7 as x approaches 6 is equal to 5. And so I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in, rewrite this back into the definition. And so we write x minus 6, the absolute value is greater than 0, less than delta. Then the absolute value of 2x minus 7 minus 5, right, this is our f of x here, minus our L, is less than epsilon. Now, to prove that this is true, what we need to do is we need to construct a delta. And so this is what I'm going to do. In this statement here, I'm going to be working backwards. I'm going to start with the conclusion, which is our 2x minus 7 minus 5 is less than epsilon. And so I'm going to rewrite that right down here. And then we're going to kind of simplify this. As you can see, 2x minus 12 is less than epsilon. Now I'm going to factor this 2 out, and so I factor the 2 out. We have 2 times, and in parentheses x minus 6. And then the properties of absolute values, we can break this up. And of course the absolute value of 2 is just 2. And then I multiply both sides by 1/2. 1/2 to this side and 1/2 to this side. So that ends up giving us x minus 6, the absolute value, is less than epsilon over 2. Well, back up into the hypothesis here. We have an x minus 6 is less than delta. So therefore, x minus 6, which is less than epsilon over 2, will now be equal to our delta. So epsilon over 2 is just a number. Okay? It's just a number. And this is what our delta is going to be. It's going to be epsilon over 2. Now the idea here is, now that you have this, you can work backwards and get the conclusion. So that's the whole idea. But we have to construct this epsilon over 2. And once again, this is the largest such epsilon that we can use. But yeah, so the idea is we worked backwards, and then you can take that if you want and work back forwards to get the conclusion. But that's sufficient right there. Our delta is epsilon over 2.